everyone! So I'm here today to play a little game. I saw it on YouTube because one of my favorite booktubers was playing it. It's this ultimate YA book tier list maker. So what you essentially have to do is to rank all your YA books into different tiers depending on how much you liked it or not. And little known fact that I used to run a book blog that kind of, I guess, mostly reviewed YA titles. So I'm gonna put that to a review today, and I've already placed the books that I haven't read before into the slot just to, get things moving. I know it looks like a lot, but it's mostly because they're not a genre that I enjoy. Things like sci-fi or anything that is set in a very magical setting, it's not what I enjoy. So okay, I'm gonna move on to the rest of the titles that I have remaining. Let's go with To All the Boys. I think that one is definitely a great tier for me. And I know that might seem a bit odd to anyone who's just watched the movie, but I really loved the book. And at the time where it came out, there wasn't a lot of inclusivity in the YA genre in general. So it was one of the first times I had seen a Korean American main character and her family, her customs. I love all the characters. I love the character development. I've reread the entire series multiple times, so definitely a great tier one for me. Let's go with, oh my god, Eleanor and Park. Easy one, shit tier. If there was a tier below shit, I would put Eleanor and Park there. I really hate that book. You know what? In fact, Eleanor and Park has become the standard to which my friends and I judge bad books. If we read something that's bad, we'll go that was almost as bad as Eleanor and Park. I don't know, I just don't like Rainbow Rowell's writing. I think it's very amateurish, not easy to follow, it's not engaging, and I read it when I was, I think, about 13 or 14, before it had even become popular, and I didn't like it. But then it started making waves in the YA community, so I picked it back up again, and I still don't like it. So I was 16 then. I picked it back up at 18, and then once more at 20, which is last year, they announced, I think, that they were making a remake. So I was like, okay, maybe the first time I read it or whatever, I was too harsh, I'm gonna try it again. But I've never liked Eleanor and Park in my subsequent attempts to reread it. So that's an easy one, shit tier, bye. Okay, this one, Fault in Our Stars. I would say that's a good tier. Objectively speaking, John Green is a good YA writer. The problem with The Fault in Our Stars, I think, is that he just had very cliche moments written around the premise. For example, when Hazel Grace said she's a grenade, and when she blows up, she harms everybody around her. It's just cliche, so you maybe cringe a little bit when you think of it. But I think a lot of John Green's writing continues to stick with me just because it's memorable or it's relatable. He writes in a way that is very easy for readers to connect, even if you've never had the experience that the characters are having. I think I saw Looking for Alaska. Yeah, this is also a John Green title. I don't remember it being as gripping as The Fault in Our Stars. So I think generally John Green is a good YA writer. It's just that Looking for Alaska was just a little bit less good than The Fault in Our Stars. Let's go with I'll Give You the Sun. This one is definitely God tier for me. So this is one of my favorite books, and it's actually about a relationship between a brother and a sister, and their relationship with art as well. So I think Jandy Nelson just did an amazing job of capturing what it's like to have art be a part of your being, and to have it so closely connected to not just yourself, but intertwined into the relationships that you have. Yeah, it's just a beautiful piece of work, and I think it's one of the more solid YA pieces out there. Definitely recommend. Okay, and then The French Kiss is I would say it's bad tier. There's a very fine line. So I do enjoy reading chick flick kind of books. So Confessions of a Shopaholic, amazing, super fun read. But I know The French Kiss is just, it's a tolerable read. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Okay, this one I'll put in the good tier. I think probably the experience I had reading Perks is very similar to what I had reading The Fault in Our Stars. Something that really made me feel at the time, but I'm not sure if I would love it as much if I were to read it now. I think something really good about Perks that I liked was just the ability of the writer to form a narrative that is very emotive and very easy for readers to connect with. Okay, let's go with Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter is a god tier for me. I've Honestly, I've not read the entire series, nor have I watched the movies, but the reason why I haven't watched the movies is because I haven't read the books. But I have read the first book, and the first book was very gripping and I really could not put it down. I think it's just one of those books that never really get old, you know. Before I Fall, I'll put it in the okay tier just because I think if I compare it to The Fault in Our Stars and Pose, it just pales a little bit. I did enjoy reading it, but probably just for like the romance. I don't think there was anything really very special about the characters or the story. Simon and the Homo Sapiens Agenda, that one was just okay. Not very memorable, although I know that it was really popular amongst the YA community as well because it was one of those like more inclusive books. It talked about like homosexuality. The Raven Boys, I know my friends really like this, but it was okay for me. I wasn't that interested in it. Match, that was, I'd say that was bad. Delirium, I really liked the Delirium series. I'll probably put it under good, but I do remember that the subsequent books weren't as good. Okay, this one. The Book Thief is definitely in God tier for me. Like, I've reread this a couple of times and I cry each time. I think just the way the author set the entire book up, you just really follow the characters through an incredibly riveting story, and yeah, you just can't help but connect with it. And I think it's also a very timeless piece, the same as like the other two books. Maze Runner, I would say it's okay. I think it came out like during a wave of dystopian novels being very popular, but Maze Runner was one of those that was alright, I got through it, but wasn't particularly spectacular. Divergent, on the other hand, I would probably rank a little bit higher, maybe great. I'll give it great. I really enjoyed Divergent because I think the way they wrote the faction conflict was very interesting, but I do think that the rest of the series did not hold up as strong as the first one. Let's go with Fifth Wave. Okay, I guess we're on like a dystopian novel roll now. I would say that Fifth Wave also falls under okay. It's not bad, not super memorable though. Everything by Nicola Yu. Nope. Shit tier. I do not. Okay, I guess it's a pattern. I don't really like shallow romance YA. Okay, The Wrath and the Dawn. This one I put under great. It's another YA title that is situated in, I guess, a not so typical setting, or follows a character that you wouldn't typically find in a YA novel. I put it in the great tier because it's not the easiest book to get through, but when you do get through it, it's really quite worth the read. Aristotle and Dante, I think I'll put that under great. I think it's a title that like anybody could read. Oh god, Selection, shit. Beautiful Creatures, bad. Vampire Academy, nope. I don't know why I even read that. Shiva, I think Shiva was okay. I think they did release like subsequent books, but like the first book just wasn't good enough for me to want to continue reading the other books. So I think okay is where I will settle it at. Lightning Thief, God tier, easy. I think as someone who doesn't really like reading sci-fi, for a sci-fi series to capture my attention and for me to follow a character the way I followed the Percy Jackson series is really a feat. So God tier. Hush Hush is okay. I know I quite liked it when it was out, but I just somehow can't really remember a lot about it. The Unbecoming of Maya Dyer, I'm torn if like whether it belongs to the good tier or the okay tier, but I'm moving it down to the okay tier just because I feel like it fits in more with the other titles that I've left there. Sarah J Maas, okay, Coat of Thorns and Roses, that one I had to put under the bad tier. Like, for me that was like an okay read, but then the more I think about it, the more I didn't enjoy it, yeah. 13 Reasons Why, okay, that one I'll put under the bad tier as well. Not that I don't like reading about uncomfortable topics, but I just don't think it was a very sensitive piece of writing. Okay, we're left with two. Throne of Glass, I believe, is by Sarah J Maas as well, because I'm not really a fan of her writing. I'm gonna have to put that under the bad tier. And then we have The Clockwork Angel. That one is under the City of Bones series, and I really dislike that series. I think it was not well written, it's very hard to follow. I loved the movie, and so I went to check out the book series, but I don't like her writing. So I'm gonna have to put that under the shit tier, unfortunately. So I guess this is my completed list. With the exception of the very fat haven't read it section, I'd say the rest of the things are pretty even. It was actually really fun, like looking back on all the books I've read in the past 10 years or more or less. And yeah, I would love to know what you guys think. Please let me know if you agree or disagree. If you like Eleanor and Puck, please don't attack me. You're welcome to your wrong opinion. But yeah, I hope I get to do more book reviews soon. But I'll see you in the meantime. Bye!